Hi, this is Justin and John here for Developer Day number 22. We've got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of random things we've been doing this week to prepare for Roots Tech and to push the shape search live, which we announced yesterday.
Yeah. So one of the first random things is we found that different people have different ideas of what constitutes a vital record. It turns out that Family Search's online collection, a vital record contains a birth or a marriage or a death or some combination of those. So we had to go through and kind of figure out what they really meant when they said vital. We had some marriages that were showing up under deaths. It didn't turn out very good.
But they only do that sometimes. Sometimes they correctly categorize it as birth, sometimes random. Ancestry, we had an interesting thing where they don't mark counties as counties. And so when we're matching it with data from Open Place database, we have to go through and sort of tack on county to a bunch of the names to try and make sure we get some matches ancestry data so that you don't end up with a whole bunch of irrelevant results when searching in the UK.
Yeah. Another thing we did this week, it's not directly related to shapes, but we had to reshoot a kind of a demo video. So we did a nice 90-second demo video. We're in the process of putting that up on our homepage. It's got music, a wonderful voiceover by Justin, demonstrates our Chrome plugin. Looks nice.
I should get a new career as a voice artist.
Yeah.
So one thing that we spent some time talking about is our new UI. Now that we are doing searches on boundaries, it's a little, we don't have the same restrictions as we did before, where we used to have the circle that we had a restriction at 10 kilometers on the search, and we got rid of the whole radius thing. And so we want to kind of show you the way it works. For example, let's zoom in. I kind of like this one. We can still, I actually wasn't prepared for this demo. So we're gonna, we can search on Spain, right? And you can do the whole country. Or you can get rid of Spain and you can drop a circle somewhere in Spain and you can go to the whole country. Or you can increase the size and now we should get results for Portugal, right? But then there's also this other one where sometimes in our search you'll get a result that maps to a point, and we draw a circle around that point instead of a point. And this is a different type of circle that you can't edit and modify. And so we had this weird duality between these different two types of circles that we're trying to solve. And finally we decided that if you do a search on a place and it gives you a point, that we're not going to let you move that circle.
Yeah.
And we have some restrictions from the Google Maps that we're juggling with, but that's where we're settled.
Yep. It's the best we can do for now, and we'll see what happens as more people start using it and let us know. Something new that came out this week. Amazon, AWS, announced the concept of a dead letter queue, such that in our SQS queues, we're processing data, and sometimes we just have bad data or we have an error, and we don't actually delete a message from the queue. Dead letter queues let us set up a secondary queue such that when we can't process something about 3 or 4 times or X number of times, AWS will automatically take it off of the queue and put it in the dead letter queue so we can go deal with it.
Which works out really nice. Instead of having this problem message in our infrastructure that's just thrashing our system, we can kick it out to a review system.
Yeah, and we don't have to go through our infrastructure, and every point where we could have an error, we say, okay, put this in the problem queue. Okay, try this. If it doesn't work, put it in the problem queue. If we try this, yeah.
So another thing we realized, an issue we discovered, is we simplify the GeoJSON that we import from Open Place database. That's because we don't need it to be perfectly exact for find a record, and some of the stuff in Open Place database is pretty high resolution, which makes it really, really large. So, but when simplifying, we run into some problems where, first of all, we were getting some invalid geometries, so we had to solve that problem. But then second, now we're running into, when we take that data and throw it into PostGIS, there's certain types of shapes it doesn't like. For example, it doesn't like self-intersecting shapes and
geometry collections.
And there was something else that's causing problems. And so we have to figure out now how to take Canada especially, by the way, has been the biggest source of our problems. And we have to figure out a way to take this huge shape and simplify it such that it ends up as a correct geometry as well as one that PostGIS likes, so that it works nicely.
Yeah. As well as one that when you display it on the map, it displays quickly, as well as one that still looks nice.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of requirements there we're trying to kind of balance.
And find some automated way to solve all those problems.
Yep. The last thing, we've talked about our infrastructure a couple times before, and this week we were very happy we did what we did. So what we had going was the old point-based finder record that was existing live, and we were developing the shape-based thing with some major architectural differences.
Yeah, the APIs were different.
Yeah.
The database.
Yeah. We went from a Neo4j backing to a PostGIS backing. We changed the schema of the places database and all of the places search APIs, what they returned. It was a lot of change, but we actually migrated all of the new goodness into production with zero downtime, because we could pick and choose pieces, bring them online, and seamlessly swap them out in our load balancers in a specific order such that we cause no downtime. So we're very, very happy about our loosely coupled API-driven system.
That is one of the great benefits of having a genius architect, as well as a system like AWS that puts all these tools at our disposal. It would have been really hard to do without. Yeah. Probably wouldn't have tried to without AWS.
No, they're just taking the whole system down and brought up a new one.
Yeah, put this maintenance window of a few hours.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow.
Yeah, that's it for today. It's been Developer Day 22, and we'll be a Roots Tech next week, so we won't be doing a video, probably.
But we might have a blog post. We don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure. It's Roots Tech. It's fun. So, see you in a while. Take care.